After touching all-time low, Ola Electric's share has jumped 60% in the month of April. ये सब तब हुआ जब भाविश अग्रवाल ने ये अनाउंस किया कि Ola Electric is now ready with LFP, Lithium Iron Phosphate battery, which is 46,100. और इस न्यूज को मार्केट ने बहुत पॉजिटिवली लिया है, लेकिन बड़ा सवाल ये है कि ये एक बहुत बड़ा टेक्नोलॉजिकल ब्रेक थ्रू है ओला इलेक्ट्रिक के लिए या जस्ट मार्केटिंग गिमिक। सो इस वीडियो में मैं आज आपको डिकोड करूंगा ओला की सारी सेल की जर्नी, जो स्टार्ट हुई थी इंपोर्टेड सेल से 2170, देन भारत 4680 which is Ola's own indigenous cell, and now LFP 46,100. So a company, 3 cells, and what it means for Ola, competition, and the industry. And I will decode this story in 4 simple slides for you. So let's understand Ola's battery journey from imported cells to in-house cells. So number 1 is the import era, and the cell was 2170, and the cell chemistry was NMC imported. So NMC means nickel, magnesium and cobalt. So there are 2 elements to this chemistry. One is the imported. So Ola was completely dependent on imported cell, जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा chances हैं price fluctuation का because of the raw material prices and all. So वो एक बहुत risky proposition था for a business because you are totally dependent on an imported cell. Now let's come to the chemistry part, the NMC. So chemistry is nickel, magnesium and cobalt. These are the 3 raw material used in this cell, and this cell is called the lithium ion battery. So that was used in S1 Pro, which is premium electric scooter of Ola, and this was in early models. So Ola used this cell in his S1 Pro scooters. Now second phase is the localization phase. Here the company built its own Bharat 4680 cell. So the chemistry is also NMC, like I discussed, nickel, magnesium, cobalt, but this was manufactured in-house. So the one big change came from imported to in-house, but for the raw material you are dependent again on these 3 nickel, magnesium and cobalt. So this became commercial in mid last year, used in S1 Pro, like I said earlier, premium scooter, and Roadster X, which is an electric motorcycle. So second localization phase में हमने देखा कि company started building its own cell in-house. Now let's come to the cost optimization phase, which is the current phase, but the rollout will happen going forward. Now here the company is shifting from high performance battery, which is NMC batteries, to low cost scalable batteries. So this battery is LFP generation 1 46100. Like I said earlier, LFP is lithium iron phosphate batteries, and these are in-house manufactured. So ये भी lithium iron battery है, but with a different chemistry. Now ये समझना जरूरी है, जो nickel and cobalt है, they are very expensive. So you have substituted this expensive material with the low cost material here. And this phase the company has announced in April, this month. And they are entering products in Q2 of FY27. So they are saying that July to September, this battery will start getting fitted into scooters and motorcycles. So अब ये 3 phases समझने के बाद, let's focus on 46100. So now let's look at the new cell, 46,100. Number 1 is the chemistry. Like I said earlier, this is NMC, this is LFP. So nickel, magnesium, cobalt, here lithium iron phosphate. Now energy density is very important. In case of Bharat 4680, it's very high, and in case of LFP is lower. Now energy density is how much of energy is stored in this cell of the same size. So in case of NMC is higher, और ये जो ओला अब लॉन्च कर रहा है उसमें बहुत लोअर है. लेकिन अब सवाल आता है कि अगर ये लोअर है, so how this cell will benefit? Now this cell is actually for mass market scooter or for scooter which people drive in a city area. So सस्ते होते हैं और ज़्यादा रिचार्ज करने की जरूरत है नहीं. So ये mass scale products के लिए बनाए जाते हैं. और in a city you don't need higher density. So in a city you don't need higher energy storage in a cell. Because anyway you are competing maybe 50 or 80 kilometers in a day. Now third is the cost per kilowatt hour. This is the base cost in case of NMC. This will be 20 to 30% cheaper than NMC. So there will be advantage of 10 से 20,000 का advantage हर स्कूटर पे आ सकता है. Cycle life is very important. In case of NMC, it is 1000 plus cycles. In case of LFP is 2000 plus cycles. So यहाँ ये समझना जरूरी है कि साइकिल क्या होती है ना. One cycle is the one full charge from 0 you have charged battery to 100. So that is one cycle. So in case of NMC, it is 1000 plus cycles. So you can recharge it 1000 times. लेकिन LFP 4600 में 2000 cycles हैं. So cycle life is higher in case of 46100. Vehicle की life potential यहाँ 708 साल है, ये 10 साल plus है. Again LFP scores over there. Target products क्या है? ये प्रीमियम स्कूटर में लगता है, रोडस्टर मोटरसाइकिल्स में. ये एफोर्डेबल, लाइक आई सेड, मास मार्केट स्कूटर, 3-wheeler, होम in the energy system. And finally is the integration timeline, already in production. NMC, this is Q2 of FY27. So FY27 meaning July to September of 2026. Now let's get into more detail of this new cell. Now business versus reality. Now the company has declared it ready. Now entering products next quarter. And what it really means, pilot readiness, not full scale maturity today. Now कुछ महीनों पहले भावेश अग्रवाल ने बोला था ये सेल 12 से 24 महीने के अंदर रेडी हो जाएगा. Now suddenly they are saying कि we are ready. Now this raises lot of question because इससे पहले भी भावेश अग्रवाल ने काफी promises met नहीं गई हैं. So we don't know what he means by ready. Though he has given a timeline, but we have to see whether they are actually able to start with the new cell. Lack of technical disclosure, no detailed specs shared by the company. Now hard to benchmark versus global leaders, performance uncertainty. Now अगर benchmark ही नहीं दी है सेल के बारे में, तो how to compare it with global cells which are LFP. Now there is a cost advantage claim, step change in cost efficiency. This is what the company is saying. Cost benefit depends on scale, not proven yet. Cell, if you are going to manufacture at scale, then only the benefits will come. Now, Gigafactory scale up. Capacity scaling from 2.5 gigawatt to 6 gigawatt. Now, this is very small compared to global leader. So, the scale disadvantage remains. And I'll tell you how. Now, if you look at the global player like CATL, the Chinese player, their capacity is 600 gigawatt per hour. BYD is 300 gigawatt per hour. And here they are talking about 2.5 to 6 gigawatt. So they are very small. Now Chinese players have that advantage of scale, so they can reduce the price. And this helps other EV companies to bring it from China at a much smaller price. So how will Ola have that advantage in the market? Technology validation, earlier cells already running on road. New 4610 still unproven in real world condition. So अभी भी real world condition में उसकी performance क्या है, कैसे चलेगा, वो we don't know. Market positioning, focus on about affordability and mass adoption. Strong strategy but execution will decide the outcome. Now यहाँ पर ये समझना जरूरी है कि ओला ने कोई बहुत नई डिस्कवरी नहीं करी है. LFP global companies are already doing it. So ये जो दो सेल की strategy है NMC and LFP, ये ग्लोबल कंपनीज भी कर रही हैं. क्योंकि जो एनएमसी सेल है वो आप प्रीमियम स्कूटर में लगाओगे और जो मास मार्केट है वहां पर एलएफपी. सो ये स्ट्रेटेजी ऑलरेडी चल रही है. एंड ये बोथ टेस्ला ने भी किया है और चाइनीज जो बिगी है CATL, इसने भी किया है. सो भावेश अग्रवाल भी वही फॉलो कर रहा है. सो लेट्स सी वेयर डज ओला फिट. सो टेस्ला NMC 4680 started commercially viable from early 2026. CATL China, LFP NMC, like I said, they are doing both. World's largest cell maker, so they have a lot of cost advantage. BYD China, they are doing LFP, powers BYD's own EV, so they are doing it very well. Again, they do it at scale. You have Samsung, they are doing NMC, mass production plan but not yet. And then we have Ola Electric, dual chemistry, like I said, 4680 NMC and 46100 LFP. 4680 in commercial production, 46100 second quarter of 27. So 46100 is a non-standard format and currently no major companies globally are manufacturing it at scale. Companies are doing it big numbers, but वो scale अभी किसी ने achieve नहीं किया. And the real question for Ola investor is not whether the cell works in a lab. The question is, can Ola manufacture this cell at scale, at a cost, with the best quality needed for Indian scooters? And that answer will come in the second quarter of FY27. As a Ola investor, I suggest keep a close watch on the management committee. And just to make a disclosure, I have investment in Ola Electric and this video is only for educational purposes. In case you want to buy, sell and hold Ola Electric shares, I suggest do consult your financial advisor.